To Dave and Ryan review. We had a bit of time off, and stuff, but we're back here and we're back with
your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
The surprise monster hit of the year. But before we go any further, here I'd like to
legendary.
Welcome back.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, a bit of time off. Been looking forward to getting back to reviewing
what he has to
different
teach
films, and this is
may very well mean the difference between life.
Get back into it, I think. I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah, definitely. I would say just start off with initial thoughts of when it was announced. I was
Your reputation precedes you.
Skeptical, worried.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting
We've
an
had a
invitation
few.
back.
We've had quite a lot of.
They're called orders, Maverick.
Later on sequels. Just didn't look like tonight. I think the only one really for me that was really good, probably two actually. Creed. I think you enjoyed that one, right?
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is dogfighting.
There've been plenty that just weren't very good.
You gotta be kidding.
So yeah, this is about this one. One of the sort of first trailers from the movie. I was like, oh, that looks really good. But still, I don't know. And then I'd heard from viewers that he's quite cynical, but you know, he's a tough critic, I would say. And that was like, oh, something he's saying is really good. I'm probably going to absolutely love this because that was how I went into it. What did you think before you saw it?
Wasn't too fussed. I only this year seen the original Top Gun for the first time. My mother-in-law, it's her favourite film, and so I watched the original and I thought it was alright. It was obviously very dated now, but it was fun. I was pleasantly surprised. We went to the cinema, my wife and I, and they had like a 6-minute preview of Top Gun Maverick where they're doing the training where they've got to try and get a lock on of this is even better than the film we actually came to see.
Your reputation precedes you.
And it was, we were like, yeah, we've got to see this, and we almost didn't get to see it in the cinema. And I have to say, this is one of the best cinema experiences I've ever experienced.
Yeah, just in terms of pure cinema experience, absolutely. I saw it on IMAX screen.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is dogfighting.
Yeah, 2 versus 1. Exactly the same IMAX. I've only seen it once, just letting everyone know.
I saw it 3. You know what? The craziest thing about this film is that it was still in the cinema. I think we didn't need to see it.
There's still some showings now.
Oh, stop it.
The new cinema, I saw some from there's just like one showing a week or so.
That is crazy.
And I think it'll be one of those, cinema experiences for ages,
It's must be one of the longest films that stayed in cinema for a long, long time. Usually, sometimes you go there a month after and basically no showings. You're like, oh geez, you know, you got to get there quick. But yeah, I went to see it. And then the third time, we were like, oh, is it still on? And it was like, yeah, there was, and it was multiple
Your instructor
showings
is one of the
today
finest
still.
pilots this program
Back
has
in
ever
August.
produced.
Which was crazy. But yeah, like, I was before the film. I was very skeptical, and I wasn't sure whether I was
His
even going to see it.
exploits
Then I heard, you know, people go, "Oh, it's good,"
are legendary.
and then I was like, so she absolutely loved
what
this
he has
film.
to teach you.
Loved it.
May very well
Rarely
mean the
does
difference
she
between life
like really love a film. Like she
and
likes
death.
films and she enjoys certain ones. But for she could watch.
Your reputation
again.
precedes you.
And
I have to admit,
so
I
is
wasn't
Top Gun
expecting an
Maverick.
invitation back.
You know, I think going forward
called
that will be
orders,
something
Maverick.
that she'll want to watch. You know.
There's always something nice about your partner, or whoever you watch stuff with, really getting into it, because then you see like a different element to it. Maybe it's like an extra tone or an extra like a story that may not have I love
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is dogfighting.
Obviously,
You gotta be kidding.
it was a Pixar movie. This was supposed to be 2020, I think. 2020, I think. Obviously, COVID. They just delayed it, basically. So I had to see this. But obviously, since they said that it's originally and yeah, so 30 years after we see, and it opens up with like quite an impressive sort of action scene. Test pilot for this, you know, super duper top secret Dark Star mega jet thing. And he's still being very Maverick about it. You know, and I remember saying it. You know, the goal is to try and go Mach 10.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
Does. I remember thinking when that happened, I was like, how could they open on like the mega jet thing?
His exploits.
How are they going to beat that? Like, how are you going to beat like the top secret into space?
Thunderbird or something, isn't it?
Yeah, like it was crazy. It was
What
like
he has to
the
teach you.
Blackbird from X-Men or something,
May
wasn't
very
it?
well
Like, it was
mean
like,
the
what the hell is
difference
like this
between
thing?
life
Is how are you going to beat this?
and death.
And then yeah, so obviously it looks like of the Navy, the whole thing. But then obviously
Your reputation
Iceman,
precedes you.
who
I
obviously
have to
still
admit, I
played by
wasn't
Val
expecting an
Kilmer,
invitation back.
is like his
They're called
guardian angel
orders,
that's been
Maverick.
keeping him in the Navy. So I enjoyed Ed Harris's cameo at the beginning, isn't it? Sort of gruff.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain
I like that
speaking.
they had to kind of
fighting.
2 versus 1.
read him the
You gotta
right
be
act,
kidding.
but they kind of respect him at the same time.
Acknowledge that this guy
I was actually quite sad to see Val Kilmer in the way that he is. And it just, you don't actually see him. I didn't know if we'd actually see him, because it's not straight away, is it?
No, it's near sort of middle of the film you see him.
Well, it's like, whoa.
And yeah, like it's a good opening. The guy's like, you know, your breed's gonna die out soon, Maverick, and the guy and the yeah, maybe one day, but not today, sir. And it's just like,
Your instructor is one of the finest
and then I think
pilots
they play
this program has
they're
ever
playing
produced.
the Top Gun music, which, by the way, for me is just it's an iconic thing. I think the Top Gun you hear it, hear that thing, and you instantly bang done. You know it's that.
You're talking about take my breath away. You talk about the other thing.
No, not take my breath away.
What he has to teach you may very well mean the difference between life and death.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? You hear that. You know what? I even skipped over the actual thing where you were hearing the Top Gun theme, and then they hit into highway into the danger zone. Which is a brilliant opening. I had a big smile on my face when I was in the cinema. That was brilliant.
I was just going to say, I like how they set the tone of like the 80s. It was like a respectful thing, and they almost that tone in current day. Got the nostalgia kind of thing going on with the music, and like the way that it's filmed, like the lighting and the kind of the sun,
gotta be kids.
All that stuff really well,
So this book I love is told to go back to Top Gun. Obviously at that point they tell us there's this impossible mission where they have to hit a tiny little target in the middle of essentially like a mountain thing, and it's an impossible mission blocking the area or something, and so they have to go and do it, and he's there to fly, and they're like, no, you're going to teach them people.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever
One thing
produced.
I was just thinking, very recently, watched this, just by coincidence, watched this film. And I say very recently, literally
His
I finished watching it about 20 minutes ago.
Are legendary.
The people he's teaching, I think they all come across really good. I think they're all really good.
What he has
characters
to
have
teach
all
you
really good little moments. You sort
may
of get
very
to
well
know
mean the
all
difference
of them
between
a little
life
bit enough to actually care
and
about
death.
them. And I think Hangman character. But otherwise,
Your
I think
reputation
they
precedes
all
you.
come across really well.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
I agree with that. I think you need to have, it seems like you need to have some sort of pride, just to be a little bit proud to do that role, right? Where they trying to do the lock on and they're having to do press ups because they can't get it. I think that was a great way of seeing how everyone is, seeing if who's like, who's good, who's a good pilot, who's smart, who's probably the toughest.
He's gotta be kidding.
Is it Miles Teller? Great actor that guy is, Dad, when they in the bar and he's doing that. Is it piano?
That's actually him playing piano.
Yeah, like that bit, and then it flashes back. You're like, wow, like it's really cool, like how they've done.
I think
they bring really good emotional weight to a film.
Yeah, they managed to because obviously it's like a fun moment he's playing the piano, but it makes it really bittersweet when you flash to that moment when he's a kid. And but also flashes to Tom Cruise's face now, and you see everything on his face. He doesn't have to talk; he just does a lot of facial
Your
acting.
instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
I think he does a really good job. It's still really impacting, and obviously it's sad that he's not particularly close with the son, because as we find out later on, he was sort of interfering with the son's career. As it's revealed later on, he's doing it for
what he has to teach
his mum, because the mum asked, don't
may very well mean
fly.
the difference between life
Please don't let him. and so Maverick was. His character.
Your reputation precedes you.
His mum's request.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
To not go.
They're called orders.
So yeah, like Marcel's really good at this play well. He's obviously these guys giving his way. Obviously, he thinks, well, not thinks, he thinks like him. And yeah, just play the
Good morning, aviators.
Like that
This is
training
your captain
scene, like you
speaking.
said,
Today's
led
exercise
into
is
that,
dogfighting.
2 versus 1.
Maverick is
Hey, you gotta be
compared to these
kidding.
guys who are also the best players.
What the hell?
It's just just amazing. And obviously they have sort of I guess it's like cliche toddler's reach sports where it's quite it's quite funny. Tom Cruise is in insane shape. He's 60.
I was going to say how great Tom Cruise is at this. You know, it's like this guy doesn't slow down, does he? You know, like he's a bit of a weird dude. He's got a bit of a weird religion or whatever, and he's a bit whatever. But you can't doubt this guy's dedicated. He's one of the best. You know, and I was watching something the other day that was saying, like, you know, these Mission Impossible films are incredible, and whatever they're doing in those films, they brought it over to Top Gun.
Yeah, I would say there's probably only one.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever
Mission
produced.
Impossible film. At least enjoyable. You know, but I think there's probably
His
one
exploits.
legitimately bad one. You know, I think they range from that was really
Legendary.
enjoyable to intensity into this. And obviously, one thing we're sort of
What
selling
he has
short
to
is
teach
the plane action.
May very
in
well
this
mean the
film.
difference between life.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And
I remember in the cinema watching it was just so visually, like, because you
Your
could see
reputation
they were
precedes
in
you.
these planes, you could
I have to
see the
admit, I wasn't
G-force on
expecting
their
an invitation
faces as they're turning, they're hitting their heads.
called
It
orders,
looks really
Maverick.
intense, and you felt as part of it. That's why it was such a good experience. Like, it was like, this is great. We have not seen anything like this in a long time. Like a film that is just dedicated to entertainment.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is
trying to tell a
dogfighting.
story, but
2
trying to tell
versus
it as
1.
the best
Hey, you gotta
way
be kidding.
possible. So everyone is going to
What the hell?
get in the plane in jet. It is, you have to see it to actually understand how
There's moments in this when we were in the cinema and we were holding hands, sitting on the edge of us, who are like holding your breath. The bit where like the guy passes out and you have to like lock on to try and make them, you know, and then like where the missiles are firing at Rooster and Tom Cruise uses his his plane as a shield almost with his flares. I'm flying low through the woods so that they're under the radar and under the sentry guns.
and like you
But
can
it
see
just
you can see the plane like casting a shadow on the thing because they're actually
Your
in the plane
instructor is
that's
one of the
flying.
finest pilots
Like
this program has ever
it's
produced.
hard to, because we had so much CGI, like we sort of became a bit numb to it. And I don't know how you feel about like CGI at times when it's just got out of control. I feel
His
like it's just too
exploits,
much. Like I was even talking today.
I've always preferred watching a film in a real place. Always.
Because I think
What he has to
obviously there's a
teach
time and a place for it, and it makes stuff really good. There's
may
CGI
very
in this
well
film,
mean the
right?
difference between life.
But they still try to make
death.
as much real as possible. It's when like, it's simple, it's right, like, setting. And I just feel like in another
Your
film
reputation
they
precedes you.
might make that CGI.
I have to admit, I wasn't
or
expecting
they
an
might
invitation
just
back.
have the background as CGI when he's
They're called
looking
orders,
out
Maverick.
into the distance or whatever. His hangar, out the outside. It's like, can we just be? Because it just adds to the whole thing. I think, when he's on that aircraft carrier, he's actually on an aircraft carrier. He's standing. It just adds so much to.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is dogfighting.
Two versus
To the point
one.
where it just feels
Hey,
like
you
they're just
gotta be kidding.
CGI vomiting so much things that don't even need to be just CGI down the street. So yeah, it's just,
Say something. I think it was Christopher saying the best CGI is the one you don't even know that it's there.
yes.
So good, but yeah, you want it to be seamless, and in this film it is. Obviously planes weren't really blowing up. Bullets. So but they've done it so well in this film. To the natural CGI team in this film,
Yeah.
I don't know how much they had to do. I'm sure they had to.
I think there's loads. I think there's what you said about Stuckman. I think there's probably more than we think.
Your instructor is one of the
it's
finest
subtle
pilots
and
this
we
program has ever produced.
We don't know necessarily because it's not just like it's not just like look at this CGI plane doing all this stuff, and look at this. Look, he's it's not really him on a
His
motorbike. This is him CGIing through a fake
Are legendary.
set, or you know what I mean? It's not just I think that's where some films really, especially these.
What he has to teach you
modern films, they really
may very
struggle
well mean the
with just
difference
too
between
much.
life
Like just too
and death.
much.
We talk before we end the review. I just wanted to talk about the actual mission itself.
Yeah, God, absolutely. I wanted to get to that as well, but yeah,
Your
go
reputation precedes you.
Yeah, just
I have to admit, I
loving
wasn't
the kind
expecting
of
an invitation back.
the setup of this is what you've got to
They're
do.
called
You've got to
orders,
fly to
Maverick.
this. You've got to blow this up. You've got to then fly under this, and you've got to do all of it in this ridiculous time. And it's a training that they go through. It's overkill, but I actually.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is
time isn't quite
dogfighting.
quick enough.
Two versus
You're
one.
just so
Hey, you
invested.
gotta be
I
kidding.
just love all of that. That's what kept me in the film. It's like looking forward to them actually doing that.
Set up the mission. So, for us, like watching, I remember thinking, they're not going to this is like the whole mission. Obviously, they paint it like that, but it's like the mission. It's too low, it's too fast. They can't do it. And it's built up in such a way that just like, this is really tense. It was so. There was a lot of tenseness. It was so tense. Obviously, the thing that spurs them on is seeing Maverick do it in some ridiculous time, and he actually it's such a good moment. And you see him go fast, and he's doing the whole thing. And but yeah, you're absolutely right about the mission. They had to shoulder that because otherwise you don't really care about the mission. You don't understand
Your instructor
how
is
big
one of
it
the
is.
finest pilots this program has ever
The
produced.
thing that they're trying to do. You don't really know if they're going to make it at the end, which is a nice change of
His exploits
pace, like real stakes.
are legendary.
Any negatives for the film?
I genuinely don't. Like, it's really
What he
weird.
has
I
to teach you
genuinely, having just
may
watched it
very
again
well mean the
for the
difference
fourth
between
time,
life
and I'm knowing that I'm
and
going to
death.
be doing this, I'm like, okay, well, let me. I genuinely don't. I could talk about this film.
Your
for
reputation
ages.
precedes
There's,
you.
There's
I
so
have to
much
admit, I
heart in
wasn't
it. There's so
expecting an
much
invitation back.
Tom Cruise's charm.
They're
He
called
is
orders, Maverick.
a bona fide star. Just tell it's absolutely scream. Just this captain.
captain speaking. Today's exercise is dogfighting.
2 versus 1?
I think better.
He's got to be kidding.
Does everything it needs to do to make you care about the situation we're in. So treat him with reverence in the film. He's not just like, oh, the old guy, we don't care about this guy, whatever. No, he's so yeah, I think they do a really good job with that. So for me, no.
I've got a minor one, but I wouldn't even say it's a complaint. I just think if it wasn't there, it wouldn't bring the film down at all. And that's the love interest, Melanie from Snowpiercer.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots
just to give
this
Tom
program
Cruise a
has
love
ever produced.
story. Yeah. Thing I think that's really like scraping the barrel, because I don't dislike any of those scenes or anything like that.
I feel like they put it in there just to again add to the mission that is like
legendary.
He has something to do. So he's not just going there as like a he's not going gung ho like I don't care if I die kind of thing.
May very well mean the difference
he has
between
something to
life.
lose because and obviously she's playing the character. I believe as the admiral's daughter that he got in trouble for.
Your reputation precedes you.
With her or whatever.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting an
and he got in
invitation
trouble
back.
at that point, and that's where
They're called orders,
she's referencing
Maverick.
that one. So,
Interesting fact.
yeah, so that's I didn't get that till after I watched it. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, like I understand that, you know, if it wasn't in there, but I think it adds to get to his. I thought it was
Good morning, aviators. This is your
I was going to say at one point, the good thing about this story is you don't know where it's going to go.
He's got to be
Any
kidding.
of the characters that's what you want, really. So then, for its turn.
absolutely. You know what? That's a really good point. Some films where but because they were in such a way that this was legit danger, they got themselves into trouble. Save and then Bruce comes and saves him, and then they have a little moment together in the snow where it's like, why did you come back? They escape. They're about to die again, and I actually thought, oh, this is the moment. And then they get saved by and you're just like, oh, like it wasn't easy for them to survive this. It wasn't just like, he punched the rocket and it flew away and then he's fine.
Your
Like, they had
instructor
to
is one of
fight
the
to
finest
survive
pilots this program
to
has
get
ever
to that
produced.
point. So like you said, some people feel like, oh, it's because it wasn't easy for them to get out of that situation. So no, I completely agree with that. I think there's a few moments in this film. There's a bit where like you see smiling, planes off in the background.
What he has
and there
to
is
teach
just
you
something about seeing. That's him.
may
on the
very
bike.
well mean the difference
He's
between
just
life
loving life at that moment. He's
and death.
making this film. He's just something about him knowing that he was there on that, riding that bike at
Your reputation precedes you.
It's just brilliant.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
It's just a movie we haven't seen
They're
for
called
a while,
orders,
I think.
Maverick.
Just in terms of purely that's it. Story. We want to make the best, most entertaining films we have.
Good morning,
I think that's
aviators.
reflected
This is your captain
how well
speaking.
it did.
Today's
It
exercise
did better
is
than all the MC
dogfighting.
movies.
2 versus 1?
And it probably
He's
will.
got to be kidding.
Including
In this day and age where you see everything on streaming services, I've looked into how much it is, when can I buy it, and I've
for it, even if it was just. I would say so. It's easily it's watchable for anyone. I think anyone can enjoy this cinema goer that loves films, or someone that just like whatever, don't really care. Like, I think some people will find enjoyment in this film.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
It looks great. Solid story. It's full of heart. I think is the big thing. Sorry to come back a little bit again. The relationship between Maverick and
are legendary.
Reconcile. They hug. Is a lovely moment because again, it felt earned through the movie.
May very well mean the difference
I think
between life
will resonate with that as they
death.
did. I think in the end, I think it. No one would have guessed that. If you'd have said at the beginning, Top Gun Maverick's going to make
Your reputation precedes you.
Strange.
I have to admit, I wasn't
And
expecting an invitation back.
like there's the saying
orders,
they don't make them like they used to.
Oh yeah, this is they made it like they used to. Absolutely. So yeah, couldn't recommend it enough. Really enjoyed the film. Seeing the trailer.
Good morning, aviators. This is your
Sign me up
captain
for that new
speaking.
one.
Today's
It's just gonna be
exercise
great.
is dogfighting.
2 versus 1. He's got to be kidding.
Are they, if they're talking, we're making another Top Gun afterwards.
I was talking so much, so it's quite like it's nearly inevitable how successful this was. I'm sure they just
So
I hope
it
so.
doesn't even have, it doesn't need to have Tom Cruise in it. I mean, I hope they do. I hope they do.
I hope they see this and take away the lesson. Why was this so successful? What were the components that made it such a big hit? Why people love it? Put it back to what they used to do, because I think they're struggling. I say struggling. Obviously, they're making it very. But I don't think the hype of those movies and TV shows is anywhere near.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
So I hope.
No, I agree. I completely agree.
I hope all, and not just them. I hope all studios do. I hope we get more movies
are legendary.
like this. But doing as much practically
what
as
he has
possible,
to teach you,
having heart-filled
may very
stories,
well mean the
characters
difference
that you
between
actually
life
like, all that good
and
stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's it from
Your reputation
me.
precedes you.
Anything,
I have to
anything
admit,
you
I
want to
wasn't
add, Dave?
expecting an invitation back.
I think that's one of our most
called
passionate
orders, Maverick.
reviews, isn't it?
Yeah,
I rather enjoyed that. I've had clips on in the background. I remember this little, I've only seen it once, but just remembering the film as well was great. You've got fast planes.
This is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is
but actually they.
2 versus 1. He's got to be kidding.
I would say you were lost in
Surprising, isn't it? How it just kind of. I remember coming out and speaking to friends that hadn't seen it. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, go see it," and I didn't want to hype it up because. So I'd be like, "Oh yeah, just go," and just in the hope that you could get more people to see it. But yeah.
I've done watching that work, but but I think it's a great film, really enjoyable. Going forward in terms of just watching this, you know.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
So, not sure what we've got planned next, but we'll be back next week with another review. Barreling forwards to the end of the year.
Legendary.
Obviously, December. That will be happening in a few weeks.
What he has to teach you.
Yeah, I think that's
may
it for me.
very well mean the difference between life.
Yeah, that's it from me too.
And
All
death.
right. Thanks everyone for tuning in.